Okay, click the button, everyone. Okay, everyone, so I will turn on the camera in a bit, but before we start, I am talking here to let you guys know. Hi, Tin Ho.
I
Can you
suppose.
hear me, Tin Ho?
Yes.
Okay. So, um, this is going to be recorded, and the thing is, I will be um, pinning my other account from time to time to show the whiteboard and such. But anyway, so the plan is like this: we have 4 weeks. Every week, Friday, it will be like this, like a full-on lesson. Okay, so it's going to be recorded, and we're going to post it on YouTube as well, and so that if you missed it, you can always go back to YouTube and watch the recording. Now, the Sunday class is going to be like a cultivation class. So, if you want to come on Sunday as well, then Sunday is like a class where you get to practice and do some hands-on stuff. Okay, so instead of 4 classes duplicate on every Sunday, like usually initially our plan is like Friday we do a class, Sunday is going to be on the same thing, but now we're going to do it another way. Sunday is going to be a hands-on class to practice and learn stuff. That is more like hands-on, and that class will not be recorded for YouTube. So in case you really missed this class on Friday, you can watch the recording and then come on Sunday to practice or ask questions. So that everyone is getting 8 lessons instead of 4. And so initially it was 4 lessons and you pick one for each week. Now it's 8 lessons free for you to join. So if you want to join all 8, feel free to do so. And if you cannot join the Friday classes, then watch the recording for the stuff that you have missed. And always you can use that MTL room to ask questions as well. Okay, so now that you know this will be recorded, I'm not sure how this Zoom thing is going to record. Is your head is going to be on it or not? So if you don't want to show yourself, you can shut off your camera to listen if you want, and you can use your audio to speak. But if you don't mind, then just keep your audio on. It's fine, so I can look at you. Okay, so we'll begin shortly. Let's see. Let me check the list. Teen Sing is here, but he is not showing up. Okay, well, anyway, if Teen Sing, if you cannot show up, it's okay. You show up already. Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay. Okay, good, good. Wait, let me see this listing. How come it's like that? Okay. Hola. So we start. Here we go. Hi, everyone. Okay, so this is our 5 ghost magic lesson, and it's very special today because we have some disciples here live on Zoom. So we'll be having some question and answer time and so on. And this lesson, we decided to post it on YouTube for the public to watch as well. But then you might be thinking, if you can watch it on YouTube, why do you need to go into the class to learn, right? The thing is this. This is right here. If you look at this Chinese word, okay, 五鬼大法傳授. It's passing on the 5 ghost magic for you guys who signed up. Passing on doesn't mean like, oh, you listen to the lecture, then that's it. Most people, especially Westerner, will think like I'm paying for a lecture, so I get the content from the lecture, and that's what I'm getting. But it's not. Okay, what's happening is you decided to join the 5 ghost magic lesson thing, Okay, you get the lecture, yes. You get to learn stuff, yes. But most importantly is it's like you got the activation for the magic for you. So when you use the stuff that is taught, it will work. It's kind of like saying you can watch people playing with their cell phone, but if you don't have that surface, right, then your cell phone won't work. So basically, you got to know that it's not the content that I'm talking about right here. That it's like what you're getting. It's the activation of that power, which is granted to you from the gods above, which made it work. Okay, so if you look at the MTL room, everyone, there's a file. Okay, I'm not sure if you can read the Chinese, but there's a form that looks like this. Okay, so this form is something that we have done for you already when you sign up. Yeah, some blinking going on. Anyway, weird that it's blinking. Anyway, so this form, okay, it's a form which we burned already and submit to the celestial court, and it's talking about like you, the disciple Teen X, is here to request for this magic, and so that the above is going to pass it on to you. And why? Well, because you agreed to these rules. So let me go through this form and tell you what it says. So after the opening, it say like on, nah, just a minute. This thing is uh, somehow it keeps flickering. Okay, anyway, if it flickers again, I'm going to turn off the video and come back. Anyway, so it started like that. On a good day, okay, we open the altar and we connect with the gods and the dialogue team. And here we are opening the altar to request the above to pass on the magic to the disciple to pass on the five ghost magic method for them. And so we hope they will approve it and so on. So here is the next part. The gods, okay, the god name 帝王大帝地羅祖師 and the 土地 the landlord, 五鬼大將 the five ghost generals, and all that god name, okay, it's going to pass on the magic to you, and like your name to you, and passing on the power of that magic to you. And for you, the human side, to show your will to like how much you wanted it. So you will be swearing here that from now and on you will obey to the commandments and rules in the lineage. You will not lie or bully or like that your sifu, your sikong. You will use the magic to help others and help yourself, and also you will be saving people from like emergency situation if needed. And you're not going to do bad things with it. You're not going to go evil. You're not going to be you're not okay. This one more time it flicks. I'm going to switch. Okay. Anyway, you're not going to forget the good things and the teachings and so on, and become like ungrateful. So you will not betray. If you go against this thing that we're burning, then well, basically the gods and the human and everything is not going to allow that to happen. So you will get the you'll be dealt with. Yeah, so you'll be dealt with, and so that's basically what it means. So basically, in a very modern way to say it is, if you betray and if you use this thing to do bad stuff and such, you'll be kicked out, and your ass will be kicked. So basically, it's one thing that you need to like swear to God that you will not be a bad boy or something like that. Okay, so let me restart the video a little bit and come back. Hope it doesn't flickers again. Don't know why Zoom is weird today. But anyway, so this thing is burnt already and with your name on it as well. So it's supposed to be a this Zoom is getting crazy today. Okay. Okay. Let me do something first. Like that. Back. Okay. Okay. Hope it's worked now. I know why. I know why. Okay. Found the culprit. Okay. So anyway, let's begin the fun. So first of all, let's get into the five ghost magic. First of all, we got to know what is the five ghosts and why is it in our lineage and so on. So basically, you can see it like this. These ghosts that you're learning and working with is not like, oh, someone died and they become a ghost, that kind of ghost. Okay, these ghosts are basically like they're kind of like the gods, but they're the different properties, so they do different things for you. Okay, so it's like in your altar you have the top, you have the gods, and then the bottom you have the landlord and so on, right? These ghosts belong to the bottom altar section, and they are there to do specific jobs for us. So these are like special powers, and they're not like a ghost, like, oh, someone died and that's a ghost of someone. Not like that. Okay, so it's kind of like the gods, and it just doesn't. It's not called the god because of their property. So the gods is like they have the positive property, and these have like the negative property. They're supposed to be there for you to help you do negative things. Negative is not always like bad things. It can be good things for you. Okay, so negative like sucks in and such like that. It's a different property. It's kind of like saying you can use the magic to, let's say, make someone smarter by using positive method. So it's like, oh, I can now see more things in front of me. My vision improved, right? Well, how about using negative to make you remove the bad vision, right? So if you are like looking at a bunch of things and you're kind of like choosing something, right? Oh, there are so many things in your head that might seem attractive, but then a bunch of them is not good for you. In order to remove these from you and make you not feel they are good, you need to use negative. That's why negative magic is so important, right? You don't always use positive. It's just like cooking. You don't always like add more things, you know, or like when you're cleaning the house. Sometimes when you like keep on adding like more smell to a room that already smell, it's kind of like you cover up the smell, right? It doesn't solve the problem. It just makes it more covered up, and eventually you're gonna like have to deal with it again. But if you use the negative method, it's like you use something to absorb it away, and that's what help you to get the room really cleaned up. So if you need to get rid of something, you need to use negative method. Now, negative sometimes is good too. Let's say, okay, you think negative is doing bad things, but think about it in this world. Okay, you have a business and you sell ice cream or something like that. There's another shop right there and they sell like bubble tea or something like that, right? Well, you want to grab their customer over here so that they buy from you instead. Well, everyone want that, right? It's not like you're killing their business. Everyone want that. That's why you do promotion, right? So you want to attract the people over. Well, that's negative, you know? It's not like you're adding on things. You're sucking them into your way. So you need to know that, first of all, when we say ghost magic, negative is not equal like you're going to be a bad guy or something like that. So you should not feel that way at all. Okay, so here we will move on to the drawing board and let's talk about how we like how the magic is passed on to you and how it goes to you and so on. And so let's go. Here we have concept. Shit. Okay, everyone can see that. Well, it's very simple. You have your ghost strong and stay at your altar, then your ghosts fight their ghosts. So you don't block it, you fight it. And in order to fight it, you have the same power built up, and yours is stronger, then they will be kicked out. But you need to make sure you raise your ghost strong. It's just the same theory goes to God as well. Like someone has their own religion and whatever things, and they have their altar. They are building their God, and you have your God too, right? So if you are being cursed by that person, they ask the God to do something to you. It's basically your God fighting their God. It's your altar fighting their altar. So if you're strong enough, then you won't get affected so much. Or maybe it backfires. It can backfire too. Okay. Ah,
Are there different times that you can use these, or is this any time that you can use these ghosts?
you can use the ghost anytime, any day, any second. It doesn't. There's no special time. It's like you have your hand. Is there a special time you can use your hand? You know, like you can use it any time. Anytime you want to use it, you can use it. There's no
Do
limit.
you, do you burn incense with it, or do you just, well, I think you mentioned that you do the stomp and the heart spells.
There are many ways to use the ghost. Like I said, you can use the spell to talk to them and request help. You can have your own five ghosts at your altar, like the statue or whatever that we're going to teach on week 2, and you can talk to the local instead of mine. And you can also use the more specific ones, which we'll go explain on week 4. That's like you have a full book. So you basically can look at a full book. They have a bunch, like about 20-ish to 30-ish food there. And you can look at them and they have their usage, their purpose. And if you look at a full book and you think, oh, this is something I could use, you can use that and use the food there. Now the food is more powerful. Why? Because the food you can specifically say, I'm talking to the master five goes in the teen thing, right? Like directly and not just talking to the one locally. So you can get more power. And also the food, it's like you open a case so that the case is going to be followed up. It's not just like your five goes listen to you now and they do something right away. It's like you're opening a case. It's a totally different thing. It gets more serious and it gets more powerful and they can follow up as well. So using the full is it's more powerful. But that is for week 4. We'll talk about that, the full book.
Thank you.
Okay, next one, Tin Hui.
师公, I don't know how to think of how to use the white ghost power. Like, for example, if I want to make my portfolio looks better, then how can I utilize the white
Okay,
ghost?
uh, most of you have this thing is like you're thinking the positive way, right? So if you're like in an art competition, you draw, right? The white ghost is used to make the other people have issues so that you can be the winner. It sounds kind of evil, but that's how the world works. Okay, so you want the other competition, like the other people in the competition, when their art shows, and then it's like somehow the judge look at it and feel all the bad flaws and all that, and it's like. Ah, this is not good. Look at the color is not good. This angle is not good. You know, somehow all the flaws is being seen. You want that to happen. Because when their flaws is being seen, you will get a better chance of winning because they show their bad side. your logic using the ghost need to be kind of your logic of using the ghost need to be kind of tuned to the ghost logic. You know what you were thinking were like more like asking the god for help. Oh, I want to ask the god for help so my thing will get better. That's like you want to ask the god for help, not the ghost. To use the ghost, you need to use a different kind of mindset. You need to be more like you know, negative, using it in a smart way, you know. And basically, it is like that, you know. In a class, let's say everyone is doing a presentation in school, right? How come, like, you go on the stage, you forgot to even button your pants or whatever, and a lot of weird things going on with you. But you know, when you're like, good luck, the teacher won't even see any of these. They will focus on the good side of you and then give you a good mark. If someone used the white ghost on you, all that problem will be seen even more, like more obvious. Then the teacher is like, oh, how come it is like that? How come this is like that? And the teacher don't like it and fail, right? When this person get failed, then you have more chance of winning. That's how competition work, right? So it's like getting a job, right? You can use the five ghost magic to help. White ghost, okay? So you know there are like other people also trying to get a job. Well, you can like okay, you line up there. There are like five people in front of you that is also going to interview. You're you're going in. What to do? Ask the white ghost for help, and then put the magic on the other people waiting, so that you want them to go into there that room, and then what? And then all the flaws is exposed. All the bad things that they're not supposed to say, or they, you know, like they're a word that you're not supposed to say in the interview, and they just did it. They just say it, and because of all that issues, it brings them to failure at the end, and you have more chance of winning over them. Get the logic? Sounds pretty evil, okay? But it's not because that's what happened to you when other people are kind of doing things to you too. Ah,
Okay, and I want to know when using ghost magic, can I use with the the other power, positive
of
magic
course,
in the same time?
you can. Yeah, you can. Hmm.
Mm, like for example, if I want more chance, I use 天羅祖師,
Yeah.
金龍先師, and with green ghost as well.
You look at the chart that we drew before. Uh, the ghost is actually under Taylor Josie, right? So it's under the god as well. So they don't conflict. You know, you can use them. They're the same army.
Okay, I don't have other questions.
Okay. 天成咧
My question is for the full, right? The five fulls for five goes full.
係
Is it a black ink or red ink? Black ink, right?
yeah, black ink, red, yellow for paper, black ink.
Yellow full paper, black ink. Okay.
Yeah, three steps.
And okay. So I've also heard of some spells like five goes wealth spells. Is it related to this kind of magic?
Same thing. It's the
It's
same
the
thing.
same thing.
Yeah, basically, well, wealth spell like the Choi photo. Those are those are the wealth spell. It doesn't have anything to do with five ghosts. Okay, that's the wealth magic. But there are like five ghost spell, and you can use it with those spell to combine together to help you. So that's okay. Like you can combine them together.
Okay.
Ah, yeah.
So
The
my
main
next
thing is
question
that
is
the main thing is you're talking to the five ghosts and telling them what you want. So whatever spell, it's just basically you're telling them what you want from them. That's the main thing is communication.
the spell is just to connect with them, right? It's just to connect with them and tell them that I want to do this. I
The
want
spell
something.
here is yes. The spell is to connect with them and also requesting for something. You know, like sometimes you have to request them for the power. Depends on the spell, but mostly it's communication. But if you use the very simple spell to connect them, and your contact is okay, well, when you use the magic, it's just about here what you tell them, what you want, the result. So first of all, before you actually ask them for help, you think about how can the ghost help. Don't just
Mm.
blindly recite the spell. You gotta be like, um, know what they can do, what you want them to do. When you make up your mind, then your magic will work very well. Most of the time, people do magic is like, okay, let's say I want to get a job. Okay, so they just think, I want to get a job, and then they recite the spell millions of times. It doesn't work. Why? Because you don't know how the ghost can help you. Yeah, you want to get a job, so what? The ghost is like, okay, so what do you want me to do? Right? So I want to get a job. Okay, I have my resume. Okay, and then I'm like, I'm gonna submit this thing today. So I want the red ghost to help me. So how can the red ghost help me? Well, let's look at this. So I have the red ghost. Red ghost power. Put on here. Okay. Now this paper has the red ghost sticking on it. So imagine the red ghost is like some some little ants or something to stick on it. Okay. The red ghost is here, and then I tell the red ghost, hey, you know what? There on a table there will be like tons of other resume, right? Glue them up. So when this thing goes to that person, okay, the HR guy, there's my resume. A bunch of other resume around. And then suddenly the thing put down, the red ghost comes up and crawl on the other resume. And then and then later on that guy pick up the other resume. Like, how come it's like this? What the hell is this, huh? No good. And then look at it. No good. And then, well, last one is yours. This one is more normal. This guy, and you get the job. Right? So you got to think about how the ghost can help you. How do you? What do you actually want them to do? That is the key point of how it will work. If you just ask for,
Will
like,
it be,
I want a job, it's not going to happen.
but will it become like I'm too specific and end up it's not possible for them to do something about it?
Uh, it depends. I mean, like, I can't really say exactly right now because, like, we don't have an example.
Yeah, you need an actual example for
Yeah,
this,
but
right?
when you have an example or when you're actually using it, you talk about it online and we'll kind of analyze the case for you. Then you'll learn more as you go. But usually, if you understand the five goals property and then know how to deploy them in general, it should be okay. Usually, it's okay.
Okay.
It won't go wrong.
My next question is because we have the top altar and the ground altar, right? So in terms of the protection they give us, is there any differences? Like just now we
Can you,
spoke about
can you repeat
sorry,
that?
just now we spoke about the the yellow ghost is the protection of the altar, right?
Hi.
So is there a difference between this protection and the top altar protection? Like for my case, when people attacking me, who is actually protecting me in this way?
Ah. Uh,
Is there a difference?
okay. Yellow Ghost is just like one of the many powers in your altar, at your altar. Okay, so you can say like, my Josie is protecting me, while he's also protecting me. Okay, it's like that. But how is he protecting? That's the question. It's like in the house, everyone is protecting the house by staying inside, but then you are responsible for like looking at the door. I protect the house by looking at the computer. You know, like different job, right? So the yellow ghost stays in the bottom department of your altar, and it holds on to the resources of your altar. So you can imagine like your altar operates, and it has to. It's kind of like we have electricity, okay, power. So they have their power, okay. Now your power can be looted by other spiritual beings if your altar is weak, like other evil gods or something can come to your altar and take away that power from you if your altar is weak. So he is like there always to like make sure, secure that, and no one's gonna like loot the money away like that. Another thing is he is going. This yellow ghost deals with the low-level workers under the landlord. So if your landlord's worker is working, which we call the yumping, okay, of your the yin troop. So if they're working, and then there's another sorcerer like a magic guy, he did some magic to bribe your people. That happens, okay? To bribe your people over, the low-level worker can turn against you and be bribed, and then they listen to this master right here, and then become their slave. So this yellow ghost is specialized in dealing with that kind of thing. So your own people will not flip the table and say, "I'm not working here. I'm protesting." They won't do that. Personally, I have seen that happen in my own altar in the past when I'm working in the local temple. So there are other people doing magic to us, like our altar. And the first thing they attack us is using one method to make your people become a betrayer. And then I see like the local god becoming their people and they act weird. And then they start to like act up, and I can see them and hear them doing like talking behind your back, and then there are like a lot of weird things going on, and then suddenly everything become a chaos because of that. Like they just flip the table. If you have a strong yellow ghost there, this won't happen because it's supposed to deal with these problems and secure their heart. So you can see how important it is. It keeps people loyal inside, especially the low-level workers that is most easily affected. Yeah.
Okay, then in this case, next week onwards we'll be learning how to cultivate and make them stronger, right?
Next week we will. Now the plan for next week is to teach you guys how to like get the five ghost fu and all that set up, so you can at least have the fu as a statue. Even you don't have a statue yet, you can still have that. And also we talk about the five ghost flag, which you can use that to command the troop to go here and there. And we will be talking about mostly like setting up the altar and the structure of the altar and all that. So by next week after the class, you'll be able to set up the five ghosts at your altar.
Okay, I have no more questions.
But you need the spell, so make sure you learn the spell. Read more.
Okay. Okay.
Or else you can.
Not short spell, right? The full spell, right?
Uh, yeah, the full one, not the short one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Next one is what? Chu?
Yep.
Okay.
I have a couple questions. My first one is, so if we want to do some of this magic on someone, do we need an item from them or something that's like connected to them, like a business card or something?
You don't have to.
That'll make it strong.
Well, it's like a tracking device. So if you know the person, like if it's a coworker or something, you see them every day, then you don't need anything because you basically have enough information. But if it's like someone like a stranger or very new, then you might want to have something. But basically, the truth is you don't need it. If your altar is strong enough, you don't need that. You just need here. Once you close your eyes and you can visualize that person, then you're connected already. So if you can visualize them, it's good enough. Even you don't have a picture. Let's say someone online through a forum, okay? You don't have to like visualize them as like, oh, I see their face or whatever. You don't need that. You just need to visualize their like the forum profile or their forum name or something like that. You just need to connect that thought, and it will be able to connect over. So, yeah, it's very easy.
Okay, and then my next question is if we do this magic, how long does it last? Does it go away once it's used up, or does it last forever? Or I don't know.
Okay, so first of all, if I am going to beat someone up, how long will it last? So someone is, I'm going to punch him. Okay, how long is it going to last? I don't know. How long do you want me to punch? You tell me. Right? It's up to you. So it's like Okay, if I want to do magic on someone, to, let's say, for that, the job interview thing, right? Well, when the job interview thing is over, then the ghost is like, well, mission accomplished, it's done, so I'm done, right? Uh, so basically, it depends on your request, what you're trying to do. So if you do it today, and then tomorrow you want to do again because your thing is not accomplished, then you can ask them to do again. It's like asking you to clean your house, right? So you like, hey, you clean my house today, and then that guy start cleaning, and then tomorrow you come back and you're like, not clean enough. Hey, clean again, and they clean again. So the next day you come back and you're like, still not clean enough. Clean again, keep going. Just keep going, huh? Like that. So
Okay.
it depends on you. It's not depending on the magic. It's you.
Okay. So then okay. And then my last question is do we also, is it possible for us to also pick these ghosts up, like they attach to us when we go out places, or
Yes, you
are
can.
these the same type of ghosts?
Yeah, yeah. If you have the ghost at your altar, you can use the Fu, which is in the Fu book in week 4. You can use the Fu, write the Fu, and then check the Fu at your, like do the stuff at your altar, and that Fu can be like a ticket that's like, make one of the ghosts that you want to get a clone of him, and he will follow you around. So they can basically be your like bodyguards, be around. Like
Mm.
you can do that. Yes, and you can also stick them to your friends. pin, pin them on your friend. You can stick them to anyone. Yeah. Again, you can ask the ghost for help, like to protect, and they can also protect you. And let's say you want the ghost to protect your kid, right? You can write the Fu and then give your kid the Fu. Another way is have the representative thing for your kid, and then put the Fu on that, and then put that on the altar, and then it's a distant magic that always have that ghost sticking to your kids all the time. The ghost can get too. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a certain process we should use when so we make the foo that of the element that we need it for? Is there like a certain process then to
Oh yeah.
put that element into the foo? We'll do that later.
Well, yeah. The Fu, you have to write it and do the check Fu and all that. So that's
Okay.
a bunch of things to learn, but that's going to be taught in online. That's something that everyone should be learning how to make Fu. So it's not something special for this course. It's something that like you will learn anyway, no matter what, because making Fu is like one of the basic things you should know. But learning about what each Fu does in that Fu book is very important. So we will spend that class to go through the book, and you'll learn about each of them, and later on you can pick them out and use them. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for today.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyone else is here that I missed? Anyone still alive? Okay, I think that's it for now. Okay, so we are over time, but that's good. um, so anyway, there are a bunch of documents I sent on the MTL room already with the spells, so you can take a look at those. And basically on Sunday, welcome in. We're gonna go through these again. And so Sunday class is more like you come in, we'll recite the spells, we'll draw some of the Fu, and we'll go through some like hands-on stuff more than theory stuff. The theory stuff I talked about it already. You should know. If you have more questions that you want to ask after this class, they just write it down, and then next class, like Sunday class, come and ask those questions, or you can leave it in the MTL room, and I'll answer them for you. So don't hesitate to ask questions. So basically that's it for this class. And this video here, I will be posting it on YouTube, so other people can also watch it. Kind of like a promotion. But the thing is, the difference is people who watched it, they cannot use it because you just know about it, but you can't really use it because you're not authorized and all that. But you guys who are in the lineage and you sign up for this is now open for you. We already did that form thing, and so you already can use it. Now, before I go, I'm going to have you guys do homework. Okay? So, homework number one is to look at those documents and read through the spells. So, you see the ceremonies, try to read through them. And then you'll be asking one of the ghosts for help right away. So, okay, let's say pick a color. Someone pick a color. Scream. Come on. Just
Green.
green. Okay. Green. Okay. So we'll be all using the green ghost once. Okay. So how can you use the green ghost? Well, think about it, and then be creative. Okay. So the green ghost is it's good at giving people inspiration the negative way, making them think, like twist their thinking in a way that is like that you want but they don't want. It's also the green is kind of like they're like wind that blows things around. So if you want to, like, let's say, oh, there are a customer over there, let me blow them over my way. And then the green ghost want to like shift these people over to look at your side more. That can be done. Okay, so lots of ways to use the green ghost. Now, what you want to do, well, if you can read all the spell, you can use them all. Okay, first of all, put your palm here and you stomp your heart spell 1 and 2, boom boom, and then you recite that spell, the green ghost, summoning the short spell for the 5 ghosts invoking. Recite that green ghost. Okay, so you can hold your paper like this. If you're not done, you can hold like this and read it. Okay, so you see the spell: 天强强，地灵灵，东风强面运才贵，火急处处度长天，神兵火急有路令. And then you stomp the left foot once. Okay. Now after that, you put the palm here. Okay, and then now you say whatever you want to tell the ghost. So imagine this is a walkie-talkie. Put here. Okay, just say everything. After you're done talking, then you go here, bow 3 times. Okay, put here, and then you can stomp the right foot 3 times for it to begin. So 1, 2, 3, right foot, and then it will start. Like everything will begin. Okay, will start. So if you don't want that to start right away, you stomp 1 time. If you want that to, like, oh, you can start working now, you can stomp 3 times. Okay, so this is what you can do right now. After the class, go through that list of spells. Pick one ghost and ask them for help. Okay, so think about how. If you run out of ideas, you can talk in the line room and talk to each other and brew up some ideas. Okay. If you want, you can also post on the line room and tell me what kind of wish or help you have requested, and let me see if it makes sense or not, and so on. Okay. Now, if you want to deploy that on someone, how do you do it? Let's say I want to use this ghost on someone, like my friend John or whatever. Okay. Well, after you're done here, 1, 2, 3, right? You go here and hold a short finger, and then snap at the heart. Okay, left hand outside, snap, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay, come here, and then you think about the John guy. Think about the John guy. Okay, imagine, like, visualize him. Stomp the left foot to the John guy, and then to a circle and hold a palm. Stomp the right foot. Ha! And now the power goes on John. You can do that easily, and you don't need a picture of him or whatever. It will just fly right through. But if you're doing this magic, make sure you add the heart spell number 5. Okay, so it's not 1 and 2. It's 1, 2, 5. If your magic needs to fly distant, you must have heart spell number 5. Okay, or else it's not going to work. Okay.
Could you do that?
That's a little thing, naughty thing you can do tonight. It'll be naughty and creative. Creatively naughty. Okay, so that's it for today, and we'll continue Sunday. See you guys Sunday. Any question? No question?
No.
Cool. Okay then. See you Sunday, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, 師公，拜拜。
So-
Thank you.